All right, are you ready?
Yeah? This episode is brought to you by Carlisle Tattoo Co. Bold, bright and everlasting. You can find us at 178 Carlisle Street, St Kilda, Melbourne, Australia.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Carlisle Studios. I am Bella Hunter, and today I have with me...
Hal Hunter.
Thank you.
That's all right.
How are you, Hal?
I'm good. A bit chilly. I don't know. It's just one of those weeks. I think it's full winter. Well, not full winter, but it's like pretty cold.
It is cold. But I like the cold. That wasn't a complaint.
Yeah, just settling into going to be a cold few months.
Yeah.
But my week's been good, Bella. I've got a few notes here to read through.
Yes.
So
boss.
firstly, thank you everyone who jumped on board with the new merch.
Yes, thank you. I'm currently wearing one of the...
Yeah. You can't tell because this is audio only, but Bella's got one of the jumpers on. So last week we released the one crew neck, one hoodie, and two T-shirts. One design from Mickey McLeod and one design from Tegwin Thomas. And yeah, the response has been great. So thank you very much to everyone who bought something.
Yes, there's not much left stock-wise, so jump on, grab it before you miss out.
Yeah. But we do have more things coming in the future. So
yeah, keep your eyes peeled,
very
people.
excited for that actually. A little bit different, something a little bit different. So yeah, we're actually finalising that this week. So
yeah, the merch will be all baby onesies and dog apparel. So
yep.
Yeah.
You're going to become a mum blogger though, aren't you?
No.
I think so.
No.
I think that's where the money is, Bella.
That's what you keep saying, but yeah. I'm not that into it.
One notable thing from this week.
Yeah.
Which only happened yesterday.
Sure.
You and I have a customer who's flown over from Perth to get tattooed.
Yeah.
So
I have not tattooed him as of yet.
No, you haven't. His name is Mitch.
Yep. You've got him again for the day?
Yeah, so tattooed him. He's had his whole sleeve lasered.
Yeah.
And so it's like a second chance sleeve. So you would have seen one of the photos on my Instagram already. But yeah, tattooed him all day yesterday, got him all day today, then you've got him all day Friday. Mm-hmm. So that's a fair effort.
Very good.
Very impressive already. Sat really well yesterday. We did 3 on the forearm and 1 on the hand. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see how he goes today actually.
Very good.
Now, Bella, I've got several messages
Hal.
saying keep up the surf updates.
That's great because, do you know what? I like it, but I was just putting the feelers out there to see if other people liked it.
Fair enough.
I didn't want it to be like a little segment that everyone secretly hates, but they didn't have the heart to tell you.
I know. Well, no one's told me they don't like it. I got a few messages saying a bit more tat-related content, so I think that's fair enough. But I'll give the surf update for this week.
Yeah, it is a large aspect of your life.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So came off the good session 2 weeks ago at Winky over on the West Coast, and I've backed it up a second week with a good session. 2 good sessions actually this weekend.
That's great.
Yeah.
If you all could just see the glow on his face right now.
Nah, I'm pretty happy with how it's going, to be honest, the progression. And so Ariel, my surf mate, he's out of action at the moment. Had a bit of health stuff, so he hasn't been surfing for the last 2 weeks. So I called upon my brother to come surfing with me on Sunday morning. Terrible weather, freezing, raining.
Your brother gets a little bit sooky when it's really cold.
Yeah. Now, to get a bit more technical, it's like we had northwesterly winds this weekend, which is really good for the surf coast over on the west coast, but not good for us. It's like pretty much direct onshore for the peninsula. So that means we have to go around into Western Port Bay. Bless you. I don't know if everyone heard that.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Yeah. So, yeah, we trekked around to Western Port Bay, which is where Point Leo is. And, first spot we went to called Suicides, surf comp on.
Really?
Yep. So I get there, I was like, we get there. It's
sorry, what level of a surf comp? Like,
I think it's like the Peninsula fucking Board Riders comp.
Oh, okay.
It's like all, they weren't
not
young.
put on by the World Surfing League or whatever.
No.
Okay.
Like local stuff. But I get into the car park and I'm like, it's raining. It's a Sunday morning. It's like 6:45. And I'm like, there's fucking heaps of people here. What the fuck? Like it must be pumping. Anyway, go to check the surf. They've already got the marquee set up, all that. I was like, oh, they got the comp on. Hadn't started though, so you could technically still go surf there. And I was saying to my brother, I was like, oh, I can't be fucked dealing with this. So we drove down the road to Shoreham. So we're going to go surf at Honeysuckle, but there's another wave there called Second Reef. And I just said to my brother, I was like, nah, fuck it. We're not even going to check it because it's a bit of a walk. We'll just chuck the wetties on and just commit whatever's there. We'll
chuck
surf
the
it.
wetties on.
Yep. And it was big on the beaches. So this is like tucked around in the bay a little bit. So yeah, a bit smaller inside. Anyway, surf Second Reef was pumping. Loved it. One of the best sessions I've had down there in a long time. Ray, my brother, didn't have such a great session. He got like, it was bigger than he thought it was going to be. And then he just like didn't go for any waves. And then anyway, he'd gotten his head about it. So he had a shit session. But good to be out in the water nonetheless. And then Monday, I backed it up solo. No friend, no brother, nothing. Went back to Second Reef again.
No friend, no brother.
Yeah, well, there's always the risk.
User.
I don't want to be surfing by myself in the ocean. So I was hoping that, because it was a Monday as well, everyone's working. I was hoping there'd be some people there surfing, and there was 2 people. Had a great session, really fun. So happy with that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Mm-hmm. Then we got this weekend, going surfing. Then we're going to King Island the weekend after.
Yes, that is correct.
Yep.
I don't think you've said anything about your King Island trip yet, have you?
I'm not sure, actually.
I'm going to say you have not.
Yeah, well, anyway, we're going to King Island. We'll go through it next week, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because
make them wait.
You got an update on the baby, Bella? People have been asking.
It's still in there.
Yep. All going good?
Yeah, all seems fine.
Yep.
It's, still happening.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went baby shopping on the weekend.
We did.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty fun. I didn't mind it. I usually don't like going to shops.
Because your face wasn't very I thought you were kind of rushing me along a bit.
Nah, I just think it's like there's
You just don't like shops.
just a million things you could buy, and it's like, how much do you really need though?
Yeah.
You know? So that's...
put it this way. I was pretty good. I just said, look, we got to go down every aisle because I might forget something, but literally 10 seconds in each aisle will be done.
Yeah, no, it was pretty smooth process.
Yeah, and I knew what I wanted.
I got there early, so I went to Bunnings first and bought the insecticide.
For our trees, not for the baby.
No. Yeah, just stocking up for the kid. We haven't had the dogs this week either, Bella.
No.
No, they've been at my parents' farm all week, so that's been...
sad, lonely.
just boring. We've had nothing to do.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to each other when we get home.
No. So... yeah, it's been a pretty... That's
They're
why.
home tonight,
that's
though.
why when I said the week, it's been like just a bit of a nothing week because we haven't really done anything. Cause
I think that's why it feels like it's been quite slow because we haven't woken up with excited dogs happy to see us to go to the park.
I know,
because that's like the highlight of both of our days.
Same old you every morning.
I know. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, that was pretty much my week. Fill me in on yours.
You look so like upset and disgusted with just me at home.
Would you be happy eating the same breakfast every morning for the rest of your life, Bella? No.
You pretty much do.
I saw a video like that said that on Instagram, so.
No, not very relevant if I didn't see it.
No.
Anyway, my week was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The shop merch. And then I had a day rate with a regular customer, which is always fun. Mm-hmm. So we did a few on the legs and then a few on the arms because we're sort of going between finishing both areas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most people either stick to like, let's just finish this one arm before we move on to another.
Yeah.
But I like the jumping around because then you don't get like too caught up in your head of like, fuck, what are we going to put in that spot?
So you're just doing tats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was a day rate, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
So shut up, pal.
No, that's fine.
And then didn't really do too much else exciting stuff, just normal, regular tat week. And then I had another day rate. That was sick. I actually had, three day rates last week, which was good fun. And then yesterday I did a knee web, which is a little bit different to a normal knee web because we had to like extend it a little bit further
They're just bigger.
to fill into other gaps. And I
Okay.
think it looked really good because
I thought it looked
different.
good. I've done some tats on the guy's leg and I thought it looked good.
You and Bobby have done most of them. I've only done one on him.
Yep.
But I think it was good because it's not just your basic knee web. Because I feel like that deters a lot of people, just having like a standard web.
Well, that's one of the questions coming up that someone's asked today.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm on board. And yeah, now I'm here.
No, very nice. Well, Bella, so I feel like we stirred the pot last week a little bit
Oh, okay.
with the animal fighting question.
I'm filthy about you captioning the video.
I didn't
the video.
I didn't get any negative responses about the caption.
No, I didn't, thankfully.
It was relevant to the conversation.
But when I read it to go like post the episode, I was
Yep.
like, you fucking asshole.
Anyway, so I put up last night, I was like, hey, just give us some thoughts on the podcast because I always like to hear what people think. And got some really nice responses, but I was laughing about this last night. So,
You actually were. You were laying on the couch cackling to yourself. And I'm like, what the fuck is funny?
well, it was just unexpected. So the guy who asked the question, which was essentially like, which animal could you take in hand-to-hand combat? And he said he could beat a giraffe. And then we spent a bit of time on the episode talking that I don't think that's possible.
No, I didn't either.
So he said he reckons the podcast is absolute class.
Thank you.
I wouldn't.
Is he English?
I don't know, but I wouldn't describe it that way.
Absolute class.
And he goes, just to clarify, I'd front on rugby tackle the giraffe's legs, hopefully snap it, then it falls over and I choke it.
I'm
Okay.
picturing him like sitting on the giraffe's neck, like straddling it.
So I guess he's put a lot of thought into it.
He
so
has.
I was like, I can see that happening as well. It's
Okay.
gruesome, but yeah.
But I just have one more follow-up
Yep.
to this. The giraffe's front legs would be further apart than his arm width to tackle both
No,
front
I think
legs.
he's only doing the one leg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the one. And then you destabilize him.
Well, then I'm just picturing it like when you pick up one of your dog's like legs to like clean their foot or something. And that doesn't really...
I don't know, Bella. Anyway, I just like that
I'm
he's
on to
come. We
debunking
doubted him
this.
and he's come back with an answer.
Yeah, okay. I can see it.
And I was really happy with a lot of these responses because these are the first few. So this first one makes me think that we're in touch with the younger crowd.
Oh, okay.
They just wrote big sleigh,
Oh, cool.
which is like TikTok language, I think.
I'm hoping that actually is a positive thing and not like a secret. Like,
No, I think sleigh's a good thing.
well, yes, slay is, but
Yeah.
you know how sometimes people send shit like that to make fun of you?
I've had a few customers say it to me and it makes me feel so old.
Yeah.
Yep. But these ones, you won't like these. Keep the surf content coming.
Yeah.
Next one, sick. Only listen for the surf and BJJ chat.
Fuck off. Someone
Yeah.
did not say that. You're making it up.
Then
You've
he goes-
created an
he said,
alias
all,
account.
All hail heavily tattooed surfers.
Yeah, there's definitely not enough.
I'm telling you.
Generally speaking, surfers have pretty shit tats.
Actually, well, traditional's getting a little bit popular in the pro surfing ranks.
Yes, but it has not been previously. It's getting there.
Yeah, but it's better than other sports, a lot of other sports.
Definitely better than AFL.
Yes. I did want to, on the BJJ, I went on Sunday to open mat and got destroyed. So the career's over, I believe. Bella, stop doing your texts while we're on
No,
the podcast.
your dad just sent a photo
Who cares?
of the dogs.
Get your head in the game.
Sorry.
You can do that later.
Okay, sorry.
This person who I tattooed already this week did a big snake with flames and stuff on her leg.
Oh, yeah. And I've tattooed her before as well.
Yes, you have.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote, loved it. No chance the boys could take on a wombat. Those things flip cars.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, and I've heard that as well.
How?
Their center of gravity is so low. I don't know if it's modern day wombats or like, because I think
Are we talking like
old,
like a little environmental, like two-door
I don't
tiny
know,
car?
like a little
I doubt it
Swift.
could flip my car. I've got a pretty heavy car.
There's a lot of people coming back with the animal stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone said they don't think anyone could take on a fully grown cow, to be honest.
No fucking way. Jack's an idiot. That was Jack who said it, wasn't it?
I can't remember who said it.
I'm going to claim it was Jack and he's an idiot. And who said a kangaroo? Maybe that was also Jack
I can't
or Charles.
remember.
Because they're crazy.
Here, so this person, there's a lot of that like are the same ones, so I'm not going to read out the names and stuff. They said they asked everyone at the shop they work at, and the animals they've come back with are the panda, the meerkat, an alpaca, and a Galapagos tortoise.
A Galapagos tortoise. They're massive though, aren't they?
I think so, but I think they're very slow.
Right. A meerkat you could, I would say you could do.
Yep. I feel like they all, I don't know about pandas because they're pretty much bears.
Oh, but I don't know if they're slow or not. I think they're pretty like floppy and slow. Like, I think they're kind of similar to koalas where they're just like high.
I don't know. I think they're bears.
Yeah, they're aggressive, but I think they're a bit more like friendly than a koala.
Someone requested that we keep bickering. They like that.
That's never going to stop. If you put two married people on a podcast together that work together 5 days a week, they're going to bicker. So thank you.
There's so many. I'm just reading through them because there's heaps that I haven't seen. Do you know what fuego is, Bella?
What? No.
It's the drink of choice of the juggalos. You know what a juggalo is, yeah?
Yes, we've been through juggalos many times.
So someone's written Fuego City, Flame Love Heart.
I don't get that.
And I don't know what that. So if someone can hit back and clarify what that means, there's a few requests to bring Jack back on.
Yeah, people think Jack's funny. I do too. I think you're funny, Jack. He's not here, sorry.
And someone's requested that you say the word sweaters in an American accent again.
Oh, did I do that last time?
I'm not sure. You must have.
Sweater. I've got to put on my sweater.
Is this what this podcast has turned into?
I'm not very good at the American accent. I mainly just do the English.
Okay.
But it changes every time I do it.
So I feel like we're open on this podcast, Bella.
Yeah.
I am more so than you, I believe.
I'm pretty open. What, do you want me to be more open?
Not necessarily.
Because I could say some shit, babe. I could fuck you up.
Actually, close it up. Close the door.
Put the lid on it.
I've been finding myself wishing a bit lately.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yep. And it pisses me off.
What the fuck do you want?
No, nothing. I just keep thinking about the end goal, the end results, but skipping too many steps.
If there was a video on this right now, you would just see me like sitting here crossed armed with like my face in my palm.
I'll take a photo so people can see. So excited you look. So that's where my head's at.
Okay. What? Can you?
Too far ahead of myself, I believe.
Okay, but let's just go back a step.
Yep.
What are you wishing for? What were you thinking about when this started? What, you want a bigger house? You want a nicer car? What do you want?
I don't think I want a bigger house.
No,
I
they're
like
just
our house.
things that you generally are like, I want more.
I think it always comes.
Because I'm very content.
You are.
And I'm happy with smaller things as opposed to you.
I'm not unhappy with them.
No, you just always want us to have more and bigger and better. And I'm just like, just stop asking for more because it could get taken away.
So you're saying that it's like you shouldn't strive for more.
No, you should, but I'm like,
for the
every
off chance
single day you always want more. And I'm just like, why can't we just enjoy what we have for a little bit?
Because I always feel like enjoying stuff means you're happy and content and complacent.
Oh my God.
And maybe you're stopping yourself short of what you could achieve.
Oh my God, you exhaust me. Okay,
Yep.
keep going.
So that's pretty much it. I just thought I'd put that in there for the listeners.
So, but is there anything that you...
Nothing specific, you know. It's not like oh, I really want a new car, I want a fucking big house or whatever. I think it's just like I don't know, I just want the ultimate freedom.
I understand that. I do too, obviously.
Oh, so you agree with me now?
But I don't necessarily care so much for the materialistic things.
I'm not saying necessarily that I don't want materialistic stuff.
No, but that's how it sounds when like we say we want more and stuff like that. That's how people take it.
Not really. That's how you're taking it. You're making me sound like a money grub.
You are a money grub.
Yeah. But anyway, I just put that note in there. So that's where my head's at. But it's always good because then I can recenter and bring myself back to reality.
No, it is great. It is one of your, I'm going to say it's one of your best but also worst traits.
We've spoken about this before.
Yeah.
Like, we brought it up before, yeah.
Yeah, and I love it at times, but at the moment I'm like, mate, I'm fucking 20 weeks pregnant. I don't give a fuck what you want. I just want this era of my life to be over.
Oh, so you're wanting that. So you want something though.
Yeah, but I'm like, can we
you
just
want
not
stuff.
work towards anything until this part of my life is over and I actually don't feel sick and crap every single day?
Yeah, but you could always come up with an excuse not to chase your dreams hard.
I am. I'm still showing up to work every single day, working hard.
I'm not saying
and
that.
doing it all. I just don't want any like drastic changes in my life prior to this baby coming into it.
Well, Bella, you don't
I
always
feel like
get
that's
what you
enough.
want, okay? You don't always get what you want. I believe that's a
Stop throwing spanners in the
Rolling
works,
Stone
mate.
song.
Leave your
okay?
wife alone.
Yeah. Have you ever tattooed anyone famous or well known?
I don't think so. I've tattooed you.
I wouldn't say that.
People might say you're famous, Hal.
D-list fucking Instagram personality or something.
In my world, you're triple A list.
Like a few musicians and stuff, but not like big A-listers. No offense to them, which probably came across really offensive.
Yeah, I've tattooed like
Yeah.
famous people's guitarist and stuff.
Yeah, like musicians and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like when people say celebrities or like famous people, it's like you got to be like a real A-lister.
Yeah, we're not tattooing Kendall Jenner.
You've tattooed some AFL footballers who would be like legit
Who?
big names. Joe?
Yeah, Joe Danaher. He's a friend of ours though, so that doesn't really count.
But I feel like AFL footballers are like very big in Melbourne.
Yes, mainly in Victoria. Because that's where
WA
most
and Adelaide.
footy
so like
teams are.
the southern states.
Yeah.
In Australia, AFL's massive. But you know,
You've tattooed Dill Buckley, but he's our mate. He
are
would
you saying Dill's famous? He's well known.
in Melbourne.
He's on the television and stuff. So
yeah, he is probably the most.
other than
Public
no
person
one
that
other than
we
just
know.
like our friends who are like well known people, usually through football. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it because he will come on one day. But Bobby's tattooed some seriously famous people.
He has,
and
some
he's got some
big
very
names.
funny stories about them. So hopefully,
But they were all when maybe like at least over 10 years ago.
yep, more than 10 years ago. But still, he's done the tats on them.
Yes, he has. Those tats are still there, we hope.
No, they definitely are. So there's actually he's like
He's had a life.
he's the one who's like tattooed famous people pretty much because he spent a bit of time in LA working stuff like that. So
That's the thing. Like I've never tattooed overseas yet.
Mm-hmm.
You have before, but you didn't spend as much time there to like meet.
nah, and I think
And you're not going out and partying and meeting people like that.
no. So the answer is no, and I also don't think it's like it's not even something I would want to do. I just tattoo him as just a normal person.
Yeah.
Like that's. Yeah, it's not. I don't think there's people always. I don't know. You do get asked a little bit because I think people are like, "Oh, would it be cool to meet him or whatever?" But I actually think it's like they probably just want to be treated like normal people. You just want to tattoo normal people because, you know, like I don't know.
You don't want it to be like a big deal when you're tattooing someone. It's just
upside,
like
you know.
Yeah, you want it to be like a relaxed, enjoyable environment.
Yeah.
So like you don't want someone famous coming in with their bloody squad or whatever they're called.
No, but if they did want to get tattooed by me, of course I would tattoo them.
Yeah. We've been asked to tattoo at concerts and stuff at like
We're going to do one at Rod Laver later this year, but it's a bit of a fuck around, to be honest.
it's really tricky, especially if we already have bookings on that day. You don't want to cancel on the people you've already booked in.
Yeah.
And the like setup that you have to bring. Like you have to bring over your whole station.
Yeah, it would
Like,
never.
what's the lighting
It's
like?
not an ideal situation. So I'm sort of like
Because you want to do your
know.
best work when you're there. You don't
we're
want to
just
be doing a half-assed
talking
job.
hypotheticals because no one famous is asked to get tattooed by me. But yeah, you just want it to be a normal situation. You just say like, yeah, come into the shop, whatever. If you like a super A-list, then we can organise something that's a bit more private. You know, do it out of hours or whatever. If you don't want there to be 20 other randoms in here.
Yeah, there's always possibilities, but we've never really had the opportunity.
Yeah. But to just answer the question, no, we haven't.
No.
We're the
Depends what you call a
we're
celebrity.
tattooers of the people.
Yeah, we're people.
The everyday person. This is directed at me, Bella. I thought I'd put it in there.
Do you want me to read it to you so it's not
Sure.
not that
it's
weird?
the top one.
Okay. Thank you.
I did send them all to you. So.
Yeah, but you just always take the reins.
Not necessarily.
Did you race with a power meter? If so, what were those sprint numbers looking like?
This is a cycling related question.
I assumed so.
So I didn't want to leave that big portion of my life out of the podcast every week.
We're pretty much just getting Hal's sporting updates now.
Yeah. Well, sport's a big part of my life.
What was your best 2K time trial?
Terrible. Terrible is the answer.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Very bad. 6 minutes 40 was my best. Horrendous.
No, not very good.
One week
I can't talk.
One time I was on track to run a 6 minute, but then I blew up on the last lap of the athletics track and fucked it.
Yes.
Ran a 6:40
I've heard about
still.
this many times. Anyway, go back to the question, please.
Did I ever race with a power meter? Yes. Only on my road bike because I didn't have one on my track bike. Sprint numbers, not that impressive.
Are they on your Strava?
No, I could never uploaded my power data. I don't think.
Selfish.
Because I didn't have it connected to. I could never be fucked uploading my shit off my Garmin, which is a little computer.
Yeah,
on your
you're not
bike,
very good with that
across to
tech
my phone.
stuff.
So I didn't have the highest sprint numbers, but the thing that was like, and let's remember,
But you had the passion.
I was like an A-grade local racer. So we're not talking high level. Race some national events, whatever, but nothing crazy. I think the attribute that I had was like sustained high power. So not like absolute peak power, max sprint power. It was like 30-second power and 1 minute power. They were like the things that was like my best attribute, I would say.
I'm not sure what response to give you here because I don't know what any of that means.
No, you don't really know what I'm talking about.
No.
Hopefully the person asking about power meters would know.
Hopefully.
Then like, yeah, my 1 hour power was like, I don't know, between 350 and 400, depending on where I was at. Watts.
Was your
average.
brother Ray better?
Ray had a higher peak power than me.
Because he's generally a bit more athletic.
More explosive, but I think I had a better 30-second and 60-second average power.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where that was at. So that's why it always came down to, if you ever watch just race local races, crits and stuff, criteriums, I would predominantly do the lead out, which is like essentially right on the front for the last lap, and Ray would be the guy who would sprint.
Yeah, you would set it up.
Because I couldn't hit the top peak powers like Ray could.
Just while you were talking,
Yes,
I was
Mara.
just looking at you and I took a photo of you. Two photos actually. Your neck looks so thick right now. Have a look at that photo.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Been working
you
on
look
it.
like you've got like a tiny little head floating.
I have a thick neck. That's been always my issue with suits.
It always has been. But I think the top that you're wearing today is really accentuating that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went and
okay.
got a pump on before this episode just so my neck was like pumped out.
That made it sound like you went and like,
No, it's a gym
Masturbated or
thing,
something.
Bella. It's a gym thing.
Hal, I don't hit the gym, bro.
It's called getting a pump on.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Next question.
Okay, well, I accidentally just moved where we were up to.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, I'm back.
Yep.
If you're starting your legs, would some knee webs be a good way to start off?
Well, according to Bella, no.
No, that's not correct.
I don't know. You were poo-pooing them.
Poo-pooing them.
I think they're a fantastic way to start legs.
I do too.
So
I think it depends what look you want.
Yeah. Do you want spider webs on your knees or not?
No. Do you want them to be, and this is what I say to all of my customers if they're doing something like large on their quad or like something on their shin that goes quite high, like close to the knee, I always say, do you want to put something on your knee? For example, a full web or a large like rose or something.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want that full design, we can bring the other design higher and then we can cut away the web and have like sections missing.
Okay. So not a full web.
Yes.
I
always ask my customers that if I'm doing something close to either the elbow or the knee.
Yep. I like the look of the two complete knee webs. There was like a running joke going around for ages in the industry that it was like a welcome to Melbourne tattoo.
Yeah.
It's like come to Melbourne, get your elbows and your knees webbed.
Yeah.
But I think that just says they're cool and popular.
Yeah, I got no
I
issues
really
with
like
it at
them.
all. If I did a web every day for the rest of my career, I'd be like, well, cool.
Yeah. I do think,
They're very repetitive to do as a tattooer, but I don't mind it.
There's a lot of like common ones, you know, front on panther heads, tiger heads, webs, very popular, roses.
Yeah. The not as popular ones, but you still see them, are like the shark jaw
Yeah.
around
But that doesn't
it and
fill.
stuff. It doesn't fill the space.
No, it leaves a lot of. You can put stuff in the middle.
Yes. Like a shark jaw with like a big skull on the knee.
Yeah.
Looks sick or whatever.
I'm sort of leaning towards the things that I really like on there are not like symmetrical designs. So like I did a panther head ripping out of the skin, but like
Yeah,
it was
I
like a
liked
sort
that.
of 45-degree panther head.
Yeah.
Side on, more side on.
So my
So
opinion on
that's
this
like a bit
is,
different.
and this might sound a bit weird, but if you have really athletic legs, so you've got those knees where they're really bony.
Okay.
So I definitely do not. I have like what I would say like fat girl knees,
No.
but that's not like body shaming in myself because I don't really give a
Body
fuck.
shaming yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
I don't know if you can do that.
My knee is just my knee. I'm not going to change it.
Can you shame yourself?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, chicks always are like, I'm so fat. I need to like go on a diet. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I really want to see this all-girl podcast.
Nah, I would get cancelled.
No way.
So I have those kind of knees that there's not much definition on the actual knee cap. And Hal, you can back this up without me just saying like I'm hating myself.
I've got some thoughts on it, but I'll let you continue.
Yeah. So I think putting a symmetrical design on a kneecap like mine looks good because it's not as if the circle in the centre is going to like drop
You've
away
just got
on one
flatter
side.
knees.
Yeah. Flatter and fatter.
I didn't say that.
And then, but as for the guy that I tattooed yesterday, his kneecaps were really, like he had very, very toned legs and his knees were quite bony. So if you put like a face of a panther on there, half of the face might drop away on like the inside of his leg where it's a bit more muscular. Mm-hmm. Am I saying that so that it makes enough sense?
I think it makes sense. Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm hoping the listeners do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like whatever design the person wants, but I will also say if something cuts away too much and it doesn't look correct because you either like can't see one of the eyes on the animal's face or something. Because I think from front on you want to be able to see what the design is.
Of course.
Very clearly.
So from my anecdotal survey I've done over the years, and this is not 100% of the time, but the majority of the time,
The majority.
men have a certain type of legs, women have a certain type of legs.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether you're thicker, thinner, athletic, not athletic.
Yeah.
It just seems to be the way.
Even when I've been at my fittest, my knees have always been more flat.
Yeah, so it's like I think women typically have a flatter knee
Cap.
and a flatter shin, whereas men have those shins that are,
It's like sharp bone.
yeah, even if they're like not athletic guys or whatever, it seems to be that like the shins and the knees and stuff are more bony.
Yeah.
The quad muscles at the bottom where there's sort of that teardrop shaped muscle
Yeah.
are more pronounced and stuff like that. So that definitely impacts on like what tattoos you can get on there. And the major one that you have issues with is a front on animal face.
Yep.
Because
The symmetry.
yeah, so it's like because the thighs aren't symmetrical, you have a one part of the muscle comes down lower onto the knee. That impacts often where the ears and the eyes are, and that's what you were saying is it makes it not symmetrical, and that's the thing you notice the most. It's like if there's a bit of warping in the mouth and the jaw and whatever, it doesn't matter
That's
so
fine.
much. But it's like if the eyes,
top
if
section.
one eye's an inch higher than the other, you can tell straight away.
That makes it look a little bit
fucking stupid.
silly. Yeah, and that is common. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what to do here because my knees. And I'm like, look, this will work and we can make it work. It doesn't really matter. You can always do something. You might just have to slightly adjust the design or where it sits on your body.
Yes. So I'm just quickly searching this because I just wanted to make sure I was correct for the next question.
I was correct.
So this bloke's written, he just, or girl, could be wrong.
Don't assume, Hal.
Sorry, mate.
Don't call me mate either. I don't like that.
Oh, so I can't assume that we're friends?
Well, I don't like being called mate.
All right, brother.
Well, specifically not by my husband.
Yeah, I called my dad mate the other day and he was like, he obviously took it a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on that.
Anyway.
I was on that phone call.
So this person has just moved to New York City. Any artists / shops you recommend for traditional aside from Smith Street?
Hit us up, pal.
So
I'm going to say Greenpoint.
Greenpoint Tattoo Co. Great shop. Some good tattooers there. Jason Ochoa.
I've actually been tattooed by Jason.
You have.
He was great.
I've worked there once, so that's a really good shop. So that's obviously in Greenpoint.
Yeah.
It's called Greenpoint Tattoo Co.
Which is really not that far from
It's pretty central.
Yeah.
And it's not in Manhattan, but it's part of New York. Then Akira Latanzio.
Yes.
He has. So I'm unsure. So he used to work at R&D Tattoo. That's where I think he apprenticed, and which is a shop in New York City. But then he went and was working at Rose Tattoo for a while, and then left Rose Tattoo, and he's come back. But he's opened up a shop directly next door to R&D. I think it was, I can't remember what it was called. It was something like Worldwide or something like that. And it was like his own private shop, but it was like part of R&D Tattoo. So his name is Akira Latanzio. So he's like, and R&D is a good shop as well. Rich Fireworks there and stuff. Then there's one other bloke. I just want to quickly check what shop he works at.
This is my issue. I can't think of where people work.
So he guests a lot in New York. And anyway, he works in Detroit. So not New York City. So I'm not.
No.
Anyway, but he's one of my favorite tattooers. His name's Martin Kazan. I don't know if
he's sick.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name, but it's Kazan. Sometimes he's in New York. I just wanted to check where he's actually residing full time, but it's Detroit.
Yeah.
So there's a few there. There used to be a really cool shop called Rose Tattoo. They closed down recently. I feel like I was lucky enough to get tattooed there at the peak of that shop.
Yeah, we went there when we were in New York last, didn't we?
When you were there with me.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. That was a lovely
I
shop.
think that was like towards the tail end of the shop being there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they closed like a year and a half after we were
Apologies for any noise. They're opening up the front doors now and stuff. And there's another bloke, Chris McCoy. I've been tattooed by him.
Yep.
He worked at Smith Street as the shop guy for a long time. He tattoos now. Homeless Bones.
Yep.
He's got a private shop. I can't remember what the private shop's called, but he does really cool tats. So, yeah, there's a few. Have a look at them. Someone asked Bella, why are you removing your spider to me?
Oh.
What?
You made that sound so confusing.
I did. I read it bad. Hi, Charles.
I don't know why you... Morning, Charlie.
No hat today.
Damn.
He's shaking his head.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it, mate. Thick head of hair, mate.
It's crazy how much your hair's grown back since your head tap.
Yeah, I wish mine did.
Sucked in.
I've answered this before, but I just wanted to, because I was talking about the laser the other week.
Yeah. So sorry, to clarify, I think Hal was trying to get my attention. The question is directed to Hal. Why are you removing your spider tattoo on your face?
I just got over it, to be honest. Started thinking about it heaps. You know, it's like...
You get in your head a lot
I think
about topics.
I feel like you go through these stages when you get tattooed. So it's like when you get your first few tattoos, people comment on them a lot and notice them a lot and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get a certain amount, like once you start getting reasonably heavily tattooed, and people stop mentioning them. Mm-hmm. Maybe because the individual tattoos don't stand out as much, or it's just like a bit overwhelming, so people don't, or they just don't bring it up. And I found that people for a long time didn't bring up my tattoos, didn't mention them or anything like that.
Yeah, for years you weren't getting any comments, which was nice.
And then I got the spider tattoo and people started like mentioning it heaps. It was pretty much the only tattoo that they would mention. Yeah.
And their reaction would be like, whoa, you got your face done.
Well, even when I was going to like, people kept asking this. Like,
Do you like that little like enthusiasm I gave?
It's not a stupid question, I guess, but it was just like, got a bit tiring. I was going to play golf one day and the lady's like, oh, what kind of spider is that? And people kept asking me and stuff. And I was just like, oh, fuck's sake. Like, just can't be bothered.
You just want to like say like, I don't know, cunt, it's a fucking spider.
Yeah, I'm here paying $150 to play a sport I don't want to play and I'm shit at. I don't want to be talking about fucking spiders, all right?
I was with you then and you were just like, just your whole, I don't know, whatever it is, demeanor just like dropped. You're just like, oh my God, shut up.
But I'm more than happy for people to come and talk to me about my tattoos, but this one was getting in my head. And then I started feeling that everywhere I went, people were looking at it, blah, 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 blah.
You felt like people couldn't have a conversation with you without mentioning it.
Yeah, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm thinking about this too much. I'm just going to get rid of it. So, yeah, went down to Swift Laser Removal and I've got 2 sessions to go.
Yeah.
I've actually got a session next weekend that I've got to cancel because I'm going to be away.
Yep.
So that's a good reminder.
I have reminded you to cancel it like 6 times.
Well, I actually really like this question because Charles is here. Perfect. He's doing the bins. Got the gloves on. He's walking back over. What's your best straight edge bands / beat hardcore bands?
The best bands that I'm into.
Then they wrote review.
What do you mean review?
I don't know.
We're going to
It's
review the bands.
A bit of a weird way it's written, but what do you reckon the best straight edge?
Sorry, was beat meant to say best?
No, beat down.
Oh, cool.
Or best.
Oh, maybe.
I read it as...
I'll read it word for word. Best straight edge bands / beat hardcore bands review.
I think it's meant to say best hardcore bands review.
Oh, I thought they were talking about beatdown.
What's beatdown?
It's like a genre, a subgenre of like hardcore music.
I'm not educated.
Well, I started listening. Judge is the one that got me like full into it.
Yeah, okay.
The classic one.
There's a good Vice doco about Judge. Have you seen it?
On YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah, seen it. Sick.
And he goes rogue and like
Yeah.
disappears for
Yeah.
ages. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was in some biker gang in the mountains or something. There's like all these rumors.
Yeah.
Judge, sick. Have Heart. Started listening to them recently. Like,
I was going to say Have
more
Heart.
recently.
Have Heart was number 1 on my list.
But yeah, Judge is the one that got me into hardcore like straight out. Because I just used to listen to like whatever before then.
Yeah. What did you listen to before then?
Like reggae. Bit of a change. But like reggae music and like soul music.
my God.
Yeah.
I don't know why that makes it funny. I think it just doesn't match up with your personality.
Nah, the hardcore does more, you reckon?
Definitely.
Yeah. There's heaps, bro. Like all the classic ones, obviously.
Yeah. Who?
Like Minor Threat,
Yeah.
Gorilla Biscuits.
I actually I never really got into Minor Threat. I do have all the albums and stuff, but it was just too like...
It's like more punky to me, like real fast. I'm more into like a bit slower, like Judge. I had one on, I was just about to say.
Because everyone, and this is no knock on these bands because they're big bands, but like I never got into Black Flag or anything like that.
Yeah, no, neither.
So...
Inside Out, sick, hardcore band.
Did you ever listen to Trail of Lies?
No.
Get on it.
Cody's always playing 50 Lines and Trapped Under Ice and shit here.
Yeah.
They're not like straight edge bands, but...
Hardcore bands.
Yeah.
I was listening to I Killed the Prom Queen this morning because I was listening to, this is like before your time in the hardcore, I was watching these filmed podcast episodes with Jonah Weinhoff, who used to be the guitarist in Bring Me the Horizon, then he got kicked out, then he went back into I Killed the Prom Queen and just talking about that. And then I was like, you know what, I'm putting Prom Queen on in the car when Bella was asleep.
Yeah, sick.
I woke up to it. It was nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when I come in do the setups, I'm always trying to put on Earth Crisis first thing in the morning. Sooner Bella comes in, she's like, nah, we're not playing, because she's just woken up from her car nap. Like, we're not playing fucking Ecocide full blast in the shower. But yeah, top 3, Earth Crisis up there, sick. Judge, can't be Judge. And yeah, what was the other one I said?
Have Heart.
Yeah, boom. There you go.
There you go. Thank you. I second all of them.
Do you have any to add to it, Hal?
Not specific straight edge bands or anything like that. I don't know. I always said that I come from the metal side of hardcore.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not into some of the more like raw hardcore stuff, if that makes any sense. So I was like a metal kid, then got into like metal. Shut up, Charles is laughing at me out the back. I wasn't like a metal kid, but I listened to like just actual heavy metal, like the genre of heavy metal. Lamb of God, Sepultura, Soulfly, fucking Trivium. They were like the bands that I was into when I was younger in high school.
Question.
Yes.
Because I don't really know, I wouldn't know what you would label as like hardcore or whatever. Do I like any hardcore bands or music? Because you put it on and I tell you what I like.
I would say Vendetta, the song,
Yeah.
by Irate. But Bella doesn't actually like the song. She just likes the intro.
Yeah.
I would say the
I like the
style of
words.
music you like would be considered more metalcore.
Like what?
Amity Affliction,
Yeah.
Bring Me the Horizon.
I think that's
and
just very mainstream.
Some of those bands have transitioned out of metalcore, definitely. But at the time when they became popular, it was like metalcore. But I don't know. It does fluctuate the way people describe them stuff. But I always think those bands. So the bands that you like are the ones that have like clean vocals as well as
Yeah. I don't like the ones
Screaming.
where they're just screaming.
yeah.
I think it needs to have like a little bit.
A bit more melodic and stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah, you always liked Damn Affliction, Bring Me the Horizon. I think Parkway Drive was like a bit too heavy for what you liked.
I like some of their songs, but not
Yeah.
that many.
So then there's like other bands that like you would definitely have liked, which was like We Came as Romans and shit. So it was
Yeah.
like, because you like pop punk.
Yes.
So metalcore is like a heavier version of pop punk in a way.
Yeah, I just get confused because I feel like so many people put them in a different category and like label it as something different to what the next person does. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't be bothered getting into this. I either like a song. If you play it, I'll tell you if I like it or I hate it.
It's very nuanced, you know. It's like once you get into it, and I'm not even that heavily into it, but it's funny. Like we had a customer, Lockie, who I surf with a bit, who I knew he wouldn't be into this.
Oh,
music.
he would hate
So
it.
this was the night that Charles and Luke,
All the guys
Jack
from the
and
shop, pretty
Cody and
much.
Mickey and Chalks were going to see Speed, which is a hardcore band from Sydney.
Yeah.
They were playing down here. Lockie came in and we were playing some music and I was like, oh, all these boys are going to a hardcore show. And Lockie goes, what? Like WWE shit? And I was just
That
like,
would be sick, though.
It was like, I loved it. Because if you're not into it, then everyone just thinks it's like heavy metal, you know?
No, he also said, what, is that like what we're listening to now? And I think we had like fucking Avril Lavigne radio on at the time. And I was like, oh, lock.
Yeah.
Watch what you say.
I actually really want to get him on because he was telling this funny ass story about how he shit himself last year on the way to work.
You wouldn't let him tell me that story because you wanted it to be on the podcast.
I can't tell it for him, but I'll get him on one day. I was crying, man, when I was tattooing him.
Yeah.
It was killing me.
I could hear all the cackling.
Yeah.
Because I was also mid-tattoo and I was like, this is bullshit. I'm missing out.
But people do ask a lot about the music stuff, and there's a real specific era of like hardcore, metalcore, metal that I'm into.
I'm also like the stuff that you listened to when we were younger as opposed to the stuff that like all the guys in the shop listen to now.
Well, the stuff they listen to is like way more hardcore.
Yeah, it's way more like just rough as in like you can't really hear very clearly what they're all saying and what's happening in the song.
So to give an example for anyone who's wondering, I'm a fan of Parkway Drive, not their more modern stuff. No disrespect to them or whatever,
the
but
early
it's just
2000s stuff?
This is just the current stuff's transitioned out of the genre that I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 3 albums that I like pretty much exclusively of theirs are Horizons, which is 2007, Deep Blue, which is my favorite, 2010, and then Atlas, 2012.
Can you show me the covers of those albums?
So that's those 3 covers there.
Yeah, okay. See, I can tell you what I like based off the cover of the album because that's what I see when like we're driving.
Yeah.
I could not tell you the song name or whatever.
But then more modern stuff's like way more like
Hello, Jack.
rock metal, you know, which is cool if you're into it, but yeah, not into it. Moving on from the music, because you're not the most musically, you're not,
I'm definitely not.
yeah. We've already talked about your favorite bands.
No, we've actually never really, I've never explained very well.
Favorite band? Singer? Musician? There you go.
Don't know.
You don't know.
No, because I like such a broad
Yeah.
range of music and all of that. So it's too hard to pinpoint just one. Like I really, really like Blink-182 and all that shit. But then I love Adele.
Yep.
And then,
You do.
but like I could also listen to fucking Ashley Simpson.
Jesus.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm full of surprises.
What was the inspiration for your back tattoo?
I didn't have inspiration. I just said to you randomly when you had a gap in your day, oh, let's do my back. And you were like, sick, we're doing this. So you pretty much just chose what you could outline in the time that we had, which was
You
like 2
got
hours.
The Pharaoh's horses.
Yeah. Which is the 3 horse heads.
3
with
horse
some,
heads.
It's flowers around it, isn't it?
You got some flowers around it. You got some swallows around it.
Yeah.
My back piece is a cow.
Sorry, mine isn't a full back piece. Don't give me the glory.
They said back tattoo.
Yeah, okay. Mine's not full, so
Yeah.
I don't get any brownie points there.
Good morning, Jack. There were several requests for you to come back on the podcast. Really? Yeah.
Had a bit of Jack love.
That's all man burner accounts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack said they're all his fake accounts. For my back tattoo, I've got heaps of shit on my back. I don't even know why I picked a cowgirl.
I have no fucking idea. It's legitimately life size.
Yeah, it's realistic.
It is so big on your back. It's ridiculous. Can you stand up so I can take a photo and put it on my story now? Come on.
Oh, okay.
And everyone can see your hench neck.
Whoa.
Is
oh, yeah, Charles Bella was saying
Come
that
have
I've
a
got
look at this photo.
I just want to interrupt actually real quick. Yeah, I was going to say, you look fucking jacked in that.
Thank
that
you.
shirt got, bro. I walked in, I was like, that's sick.
Yeah, I've
I
gone.
It was that Under Armour, the compression wear.
It looks like
What?
that.
You thought I was wearing like a skins top?
No,
It's just a
all the
black long
muscles were
sleeve.
Bulging. I was like, oh, it's actually just a normal long sleeve.
All right, I'm getting up.
You've been
Hal's
putting the
loving
work in.
himself today. Look how thick it looks there.
Yeah,
Why have you got your butt crack out?
My taco's down there.
You just want your ass on Instagram, don't you? Hold on, I got to
That is
zoom in a
wide
little
neck.
bit.
It's like far lap.
Okay. You can see all of like your shoulder hair just like wisping.
This is a full hype up session for me.
Is it? Because I just said you had shoulder hair and I shaved your neck this morning.
Hey, Bella,
What? You said you wanted me to be more open.
stop body shaming me.
I'm not. I think you're beautiful. Okay, so there's shit that Hal has on his back. From his neck, he's got a butterfly that goes down onto his
Yep,
back a
done
little
by
bit.
Charlie Gerardin.
Yep.
Not sure.
And then you've got some swallows,
Yep.
which were done at the same time as the cowgirl head.
Yes.
And she has 2 roses, one on either side of her.
Uh-huh.
You've got some webs that are like capping your shoulder area.
Yep.
Then below the cowgirl, you've got a dragon. Mm-hmm. And then you've just got like a little like cloud and web thing going down onto your ass.
Yes.
And then at the top of your ass, which technically could be like your back if you wanted to, is some skulls that you got done by Rachie
Black.
Black?
I don't know if her
Instagram name.
is Rachie Blackthrone because that's what
Yeah.
the tat shop's called.
Yes.
I'm assuming her last name's not Blackthrone.
No.
Although maybe it is.
It could be. It'd be a cool name.
Yeah.
And then on your ass cheeks, you just have 2 big skulls.
Yeah, and all the little skulls around
And
it.
I'm putting this on my story now. Should I put a crazy filter on it?
gonna
Make
be
you look
like-
like tanned?
Probably not. Yeah. There was so many questions about the animal thing, Charles. I can't. What animal you could be? No, so many people writing in about like if they thought it could be done or not done or whatever. The bloke who asked the question said the giraffe. He wrote in an explanation of how he'd do it. We've already read it, so I'm not going to redo it. But I was just flicking through the questions now, and there was like more about that, and I was like, oh, we can't keep going back to this. And then people were asking about like zombies and shit like that, and I was like,
Oh, you haven't read that question yet?
we can't keep going on the like
Just do
hypothetical.
this one. And then people keep sending them in and we'll choose if we like them or not.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe or like the whole zombie talk. But I'll
Okay,
indulge it this
okay.
once.
All the boys can answer this one. Charles and Jack, they can answer this as well. What weapon would you choose in a zombie apocalypse and you can only choose one person in your shop to be with you? Jack's thought about it. You're up first.
I'm saying like a full katana, like a full
The fuck is that?
sword. Or like the bow and arrow thing. Because like it doesn't run out of ammo. You can just keep swinging that thing, chopping heads off and shit.
And who are you taking with you from the shop?
Probably Charlie. Train killer.
I'm saying like a big long sword.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm taking you
Me?
straight up.
Oh, I don't know.
And
if
you
that's
just come
good.
with the rear naked. You don't need the weapon.
But you can't. The thing. I'll debunk.
But if I say in a ideal world, you could bring a fucking AR-15 or something, but the bullets are gonna run out.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
then what are you gonna
okay.
do?
Because the only thing about the sword is it's pretty close combat, and the issue with the zombies is if you get bitten, you become a zombie.
Isn't it touch you as well?
No, I think it's the biting.
Yeah, but I've been practicing the fencing and shit.
So you've got to have the.
I reckon I'd be able to.
You want the
slay something.
distance.
Yeah, a sword's long, bro.
Really?
I'll bring a sword in tomorrow.
yeah.
And we can test it.
Yeah. We'll go out in the street and do some practice fighting.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, Bella, what are you doing?
Well, I was pretty confident with those guns when we were in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But
You were.
the issue of the bullets running out,
It's a big one.
I cannot tolerate, because when you run out of those bullets, you practically just have the
Nothing.
gun as like a weighted object to hit them with, and therefore
Yeah.
they're too close to you. So then, like, do you just go as simple as like a fucking baseball bat because it's like, well, you're in close proximity and I can just beat you to death? Like, just like a couple of whacks on the head?
Jack also had a good point. He's saying, what are you saying, Jack? The gunshots are going to attract more zombies to come to your area.
Wow. So what was that TV show that was really popular for
We
ages?
started watching it.
The Walking Dead.
yes.
Yes.
Like every season.
That's the
Zach's-
only
Jack's-
zombie shit that I can relate to because I watched a few seasons.
Jack's watching it as like a preparation. This is like a reality.
100%, it's happening.
No, well then that makes sense. I think the long sword as well would be
Yeah.
because you can't have.
You wouldn't
anything-
bring in your whip that you got?
Well, it's not really a weapon.
Oh, it could be if you learned how to use it.
My Argentinian handmade leather whip.
Yeah.
No, I won't be using that. Okay.
Sorry, we didn't say who we were going to take. I obviously am going to take you because you're not going to leave me for dead, and you would do most of the grunt work, and I would just keep us alive. I'd like find like good hiding spots.
I'd
and
take
stuff.
you.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I would. I've thought about this. I would.
Why? What am I
We
providing?
work together as a team.
We do.
We can provide each other things other than just like
You would do the protection,
safety.
and I would do the
No, but
survival.
I also think you've got the mental ability to step across that line and
I
then you
definitely
become
do.
like a physical weapon.
Crazy mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many people see that side of me, but Hal has seen that side of me, and it
Oh, I know.
gets ugly.
I've seen it. We'll go last question, Bella, because we're coming up to 4 minutes countdown.
Oh, you like to get to about
I like
an
it
hour,
to be
don't
on the
you?
hour.
Okay.
Yeah. And it just happens to be that sometimes.
Yeah.
I actually think I had several of this same question this week, but I think we've answered it before, and the guys can jump in as well. If you could only tattoo one thing for the rest of your career, what would it be?
Probably a skull or an eagle.
I'm going skull, 100%.
Yeah.
Jack's nodding his head. Jack's
Yeah.
saying skull and eagle. Okay. Mickey McLeod.
Guys, we're on the last question. If you could tattoo one thing for the rest of your career, what would it be? Mickey saying
said
skull.
skulls. Charles. He's. You don't know? Okay. Well, I think most people would say skulls. It's the ultimate tat in my mind.
Yeah. Because it's not the same.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's not the same design. Like, it's not like the Polito skull, which is like the cowboy one. It's just it's a
Maybe it is
snake
just the
or
one.
a dragon or whatever, and you can change it up.
Only one design.
Oh, boring.
It'd still be a skull. I'd just go straight up skull.
I'm still sticking with
I
skull
like
or
the one
eagle.
with the bullet hole in its head. If you guys are going to get coffee in that, we're going to be done in 2 minutes, so we'll come.
Yeah, fucking wait, mate.
Yep.
I've sworn a lot this episode. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, I actually have toned back the swearing.
I know, I've
think.
noticed, and I've
So,
picked it up.
57 minutes 42, Bella.
Well, do you know what? I read in the little baby app thing that we have that the child is now listening to us, so I'm just teaching it some really good life lessons.
Yeah, I'm going to struggle with the swearing to pull that back.
Why? Why do you have to pull it back?
Just around, like you don't want your kid to
The
grow
child.
up hearing bad language.
For the first few years of its life, it doesn't even know what's happening. It's just like a blob.
They know.
It's like a crying, shitting potato.
Bella, I was watching a video this morning of a 13-year-old girl who won a gold medal at the World Championships of Skateboarding.
We also watched the recap of
So,
like Ryan Sheckler's
Kids are
demise.
doing things younger than you think.
Yeah. How sick would it be if our kid was like the level of like Ryan Sheckler was at like surfing or skating
The life of Ryan.
before he became a bit fucked up?
True. Well, that makes sense because we're going to call him Ryan Sheckler Hunter.
Yeah. No, Ryan Sheckler Atwood Hunter.
Oh, is that his last name? Oh, for the OC. I love that.
God, you're silly.
You know me well.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you again for listening to another episode.
Thank you very much for joining us for some
Hopefully,
shit talk.
yeah, we touched on
Oh
all
my God,
the...
I just can't stop.
No, you can't. Potty mouth. Hopefully we touched on all the things that everyone likes to hear. Bit of this, bit of that.
some stuff you don't like to hear because we don't want you to have such a happy day. We want to mix it up. You can't just succeed at everything.
No, we have a few guests coming up as well who haven't been on before. So stay tuned for that. We've got a few new things exciting coming up that you'll see obviously through the social media channels and that. And have a great...
If you are a new listener and you haven't listened to some of the first episodes, head on back, listen to them, and you can tell us if we've improved.
People do that. Sometimes it's so funny because sometimes we finish the episodes, I'm like, I don't know if that was good or like, will people like that or whatever, because we're just having these conversations and pretty much they're just prompted by what people message us.
Yeah.
But then we got heaps of messages last week saying best episode, stuff like that. So
yeah. And I thought it was just like a generic.
It could be because we're getting way more comfortable. And sometimes I feel like it's
we just talk as if how
we're getting too comfortable now.
Yeah.
But anyway, let us know what you think. So have a good week, everyone. And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
This episode is brought to you by Carlisle Tattoo Co. 178 Carlisle Street, St Kilda, Melbourne, Australia.